Sunga la ja 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 sunga ololo sun ja ja.
Give me sugar, cause you know you carry baby super. Ele sunga. Oya ti mo butter biti konga, oluwa bona. Money. Plenty enemy, move back. You didn't follow me. And you come with me. Even if not done minutes. Baby, I'm a ghetto. Moziraji lo moto. My grace in the auto, automatic. Don't favor me a photo. They meet together. 30 for 30. Only one party. Feel it. I drip on check out to one. Imole. Oh, wale. When I do poro, do sapa move, mama runu. Mama zungu. Yeah, I don't work with her. I don't pray with her. I don't go nothing off for fire. I know there is a day all my pains will go away. See then I party away. I know there is a day all my pains will go away. See then I smoke it away. I feel good, banana. I'm a yummy mother, no banana. I feel good. Baby, I'm a ghetto. Moziraji lo moto. My grace in the auto, automatic. Don't favor me a photo. They meet together. 30 for 30. Only one party. Feel it. I drip on check out to one. Imole. Oh, wale. Imole, oh, wale. Oje mune lo henge. Nata you ti pe. Imole, oh, wale. Oje mune lo henge. Nata you ti pe. Plenty enemy. You didn't follow me. And you come with me.
Timmy J on the track.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Adil Rashid. So I'm happy to have you guys joining today's session. So please, if you are online and you can follow me, kindly just let me know through the comment section. So if you are with me, kindly comment so I can know you are with me. Today's session wants to make a very beautiful design. We are going to be designing a business card together. So if you are with me, kindly please let me know that you are with me. So comment, let's use the comment section so I can know you're actually with me or you're actually following me, please. So I'm expecting your comments to come in. So pending that your comment comes in, I will quickly share a screen with you guys, showing you guys what I plan to design with you guys. Yesterday I brought out something else, but today I've decided to change it to another design entirely today. So this is what we are going to be designing today. Excuse me. So for today's class, this is what we are going to be designing. So this is the business card we want to design. So this is a very simple business card. This is a very simple business card. I'll be using Photoshop to design this business card with you. So if you have a Photoshop with this, you can design along, or you can just watch, because immediately after this class, I'll be giving you an assignment. You're going to recreate your own. So I'll be creating my own, and you guys will also be creating your own. Hope we are together. So, the first thing I want to do is I only have two people watching currently, so I don't know if others can watch the recorded session or the video is recorded on YouTube. So I will just want to ride on. So let me take this off and share my Photoshop screen with you guys. So I will share my Photoshop screen with you guys now. So okay, all right. I'm sharing my Photoshop screen with you guys. Now, naturally, when you download a Photoshop, when you open a Photoshop, this is the first page you're going to see. But this page, you will not see all these designs because your own Photoshop is going to be like a new one because you have never created any design. So it's not in the recent, nothing is going to be showing in this place. Something is showing here because I have made different designs, like I've done different designs on Photoshop. That's why I have these designs showing here. So if you want to start your Photoshop, if it's that you want to create a new design, you click on create new, or if you want to open an existing design, let's assume you're already designing and later on you don't have it here anymore, you now want to open it, you can just click on open, then to navigate you to your Windows, and from your Windows you can navigate down to wherever you have saved the file and opened it. But that is not where I'm going to today. So I want to create a new design. So let's click on create new. When you click on create new, so when you click on create new, so this create new, you have different templates. You have this save, you have photo. If you want to, maybe you want to use what you are trying to create is like a photo. These ones are giving you like they have like default um sizes that you can take. Maybe if you are creating 3 by 2 inches, this one is landscape 4 by 6, or you have the print one, A4, legal, A4, A6. So maybe you want what you're designing is like you want to be in a print size, whereby maybe you want to design a letter and you're going to print that letter. It's maybe A4 or sorry, letter size that's 8.5 by 11 inches. One thing in design that size matters a lot. As a professional designer, while you'll be doing designs that people will be printing, size has a lot of importance. So concerning size and the size like printing size and everything, excuse me, we're going to treat that in a different class entirely. You have the art and illustration, but in most cases, what you'll be designing, you are the one that will decide the size of the design. So you look at this recent now, you have the width. Width is like how wide you want the design to be, and the height is how long you want the design to be. So you have what I use to measure, whether it's pixels, inches, centimeters, millimeter. But most times me I use inches when I design. So some people use pixels, but most times me is inches I use to design. Like I use it to measure the size of my image that I want to create. So mostly your business card is a landscape something. The width is always around 3 inches in most cases, and the width is around maybe 2.5 inches in most cases. It depends on you. Some people use 3.5 by 2, some people use 3 by 2. But in most cases, the size of a business card is always 3 inches by that's 3 inches on the width, that's how wide it is, and 2.5 inches on the height, how long it is. Now, one thing about Photoshop that is like it's pixel based. So you have to set your resolution. If you set a resolution of 765, a lower resolution, you can't change it along the design. So in most cases, the standard resolution we set most time is 300. So this resolution, your pixel inches, that's pxi, should be 300. Your resolution should always be 300. Like that's like maybe the default or something. So in most times I use 300 pxi for my resolution. Then color mode. In most cases, you use RGB. CMYK is for people that want to print, like it's the printing color. That's cyan, magenta, yellow, and cyan, magenta, yellow. I forgot that K. So RGB is red, green, this thing. In most cases, I use RGB. That's the color mode. Use RGB. So I think for now, your default should only be just the inches should be like your default size when you want to measure, and the width should be 3, the height should be for a business card though. It depends on what you're designing next time that will determine your size of your whatever your image. But always put your resolution at 300 and your color mode at RGB. So I'll put my background to be white. I'll leave my background as white. I don't want it to be black. I'll put it as white. You can change it, have a background color, but let's put it at white. So you can, this is for now, all these advanced options, leave that one for now. But for a basic level, I think this is just what you need to know at first for the basic level. So I'll click on create. So when I click on create, it's like I like the way it even looks. I don't really like it this way. I would have preferred it should be 3.3 by 2. So I create another one. I close it. I'm creating another one. So I prefer it should be 3 by 2. So you can see the Photoshop saved my last the last height or the last scale that I used was saved by Photoshop. So I'll just click on this and I'll click on create. So I have my 3 by 2 3 by 2 whatever 3 by 2 image. So um I think I would be moving on like this. So please if you have any question, if you have any question, just let me know through the comment section while I design how long, excuse me please. So what I want to design is this. So what I want to design, I would want to bring it into my Photoshop so you guys can see it. So this is what I want to design. I'm bringing it into my Photoshop. So so this is what I want to design here. This one is what I want to design. So this is just like you don't need this is what you are seeing here is like a mock-up. But our own main business is this one that is here, the design. This one is the front design, and this one down is the back design. So let's want to try our best to recreate. But before I move on, we have a lot of tools on our left hand side here. We have a lot of tools here. But if you open your Photoshop, it might not really look like this because I have done some kind of customization on my own. So if you want to, we only want to look like it. I'm coming window, workspace. It's even on my own is on default too. So my workspace is on the coming. Okay, so now this tool we have on the left hand side, this first is a very important tool. It is called pick tool. We used to pick something. We used to pick and move something. Call it pick tool. This first tool you are seeing on the left hand side is called the pick tool. We use it to pick, can use it to move anything, use it to move something. Then this one is selection tool. This rectangular mark is like a selection tool. I can use it to select something. You can see I've selected this place that is showing like a blink line. This part I've selected it. So that's for selection. So if you want to deselect, just press Ctrl D to deselect it. Ctrl D will help you deselect whatever you have done. So this tool here is the polygon tool. Under the polygon tool, we have the lasso tool. Now this one is usually used to crop images. Let's say for example, now I want to crop up this background that is here. In Photoshop, we do a lot of cropping. Maybe I want to crop. You use it to select also too. You need to select. This one is easy to select, but the way we select it, you have the ability to like do some kind of like you have the ability to select parts like a part selection. So I can also use it to crop up this place now. Let's assume I want to crop up that part, just for example now. If I press delete now, if I press delete, if I press delete, I don't know how to delete on this one. So if I press delete, I can see that part has gone away, but I'm not ready to do that. So that is this one too is for selection to like a magic selection tool. Call it magic one. So if I click, it selects similar things. Now everything here is everything on this part here. Everything here have the same color. If I just select it, it will select everything on that image. Like a magic selection tool. If I select all these, if I select on one color now, it will select everything that has that color for me on that image. So we call it magic selection tool. So that's the select. So That's that for this tool. Then it's like a knife tool, like use it to slice. It cuts image. So if you check most of the thing, Photoshop automatically gives you a description of what those tool is doing. This one is the frame tool. Use it to like frame images and all. So we have other tools that are down there too. We have the brush tool. All these tools we are going to like look at them in detail. Along we want to create design. When we need them, we are going to like talk about most of those tools. So you have the gradient tools, and here now we have the test tool. When you want to type test, when you want to create test, you have the test tools. We have the part selection tool. When you want to do something that's with part tool, we have the shape tool. So we have the shape. When you right click on the shape tool, to bring out all the options. We have all other tools. So along the line, when you start creating more design, you'll be learning much more about those tools. Now along here we have the file. Here is where you can, if you want to open something, you want to close, all those ones are. Now we have edit, that is about the images. Maybe you have done something, you want to undo or redo. So the undo, you use Control Z. The redo, maybe you did something and you don't want to do that thing again, you want to undo what you have done. Excuse me. You want to undo what you have done, you use undo the select. You have the cut, copy, you have transformation. All these things are going to what we're going to learn. You have the purge. All these ones are for the edit. What about the image size, image adjustment? We have a lot of things in this image place here. That's image size. We have the layers. We have things that have to do with layers here, and we have the types. Like all these things are things that we'll learn much about them along the way we are moving on. So I will want to create a video for you guys. I will send a video to the group. Like it will be talking about all those tools and how you can use them. Yes, I will send in a video to you guys. All right, it's talking about the tools and how you can use those tools. I hope you are together. So I would just want to move on directly to the business of the day, which is creating this business card. But I don't know if majority of you are with me. Someone asked that how will we do the template? Like what app will use before bringing it to Photoshop? Karimot Salaudin, I don't really understand your question. Can you please be kind of explanatory? How do we do the template? Is it this? I don't understand the template he's talking about. Is it this template that I'm trying to design? I don't understand. So Karimot Salaudin, please kindly help me expatiate more so I can understand your question, please. Before I move on, please help me do that, please. Okay, so I'm waiting for Karimot Salaudin's question. So now this is the size. This is my image here. This white background. This is the background of my image. I want to design something. So now I want my background to be blue. This color that is here. I want my background to be blue. I want my background to be blue. So I can just give my background the color. So this now one thing is that we have layers. Photoshop has different layers. Everything you are creating in the Photoshop has their own layer. If I click a text now, that text will be on a particular layer. For example, now this image now, this whole image is one layer on its own. That is this layer. And I can move the layer anywhere I want to move it. But the background is locked. The background will always be the last thing. That's why it's called background. It's staying at the back. So that's why it's going to be the background. So I can't move that one. It's locked. So if I unlock it now, I can move it. I can move it. So if I want to give it a color, I can just this background. If you come here now, there's a drop down something here that's we can use to create field. If I click on it now, I can give it a solid color. So I want to give, you can see it brings out the color picker for me. Now I can give it the color I like. I can give it red. I can come to yellow, give it yellow. I can say I can come to green. I can come blue. I can adjust it like this anywhere I want. Blue. I want blue something like this. So I can darken it like this blue. Or if I want to give it purple, you can see I have the and each color has a code. So you can see this here is the color code. You can also maybe you are looking for a color and you know the name of the color, but you cannot get the mix correctly. You can just go on Google and search for the color code of that particular color, then you input the code there. And also maybe you have an image currently and you want to pick a color from that image. If I just take it now, if I click on this one, automatically Photoshop let me picks the image of that guy of the test the image of that object. So you can see if I click on the yellow part now, it picks the yellow for me. If I click on the blue part, it picks the blue color that I need for me. So when I'm done with the color, I can just press OK. You can see that's giving me the color that I need. I'm currently now using my pick 2. So the pick 2 is what you can use to move your tools all around. So okay, she's asking me that how did I get the business card I'm trying to design. The template, I will send the template to you on the group. I downloaded the template from Google or from Pinterest. I'm using Pinterest to download the what do you call it, the Photoshop, the image. I got the image from Pinterest. So that's Karimat. I got the template. Don't worry, the one you're going to create, I'm going to send you a template on how to, or I'll send you a template of what you're going to create. So this is what me I'm trying to create now. So I want to take this one off my screen. I want to take this one off my screen. So I want to delete this one off. So this is the background color that I need. So I want to add a now according to that image. I don't know how I would have loved to have the two screens side by side, but I don't know how I can do that. But I want to add okay, don't let me delete it. Don't let me. So if I don't want to delete it now, I can just press undo. And undo is Control Z. Or if I don't want to press undo, I can come to edit and let me say I've deleted it. Let me delete it back. I can just come to edit and press undo delete. It's going to come back. So if you look at this image now, if you look at this image towards the down part here, there's like a yellow box here, Abby. Towards the down part, there's like a yellow box. So now if you want to create box, you come to the text tool. Now this text tool, if you right click on it, if you right click on this tool, you have the rectangular tool, you have the rounded rectangular one. That one that towards the edges are round. But this rectangular tool, the edges are not round, they are normal rectangle. You have your ellipse, that's circle. You have your polygon tool, you have your line tool, you have your custom shape tool. If you click on the rectangle now, just if you want to draw it, just click and drag. I'll click, then I will drag it like this. So I can click and drag. So I can click and drag. Now, Photoshop automatically detects the color that I've used. The last time I drew a rectangle, this was the color I used last. So Photoshop will automatically save the color that I used to create it in my lifetime. So I will just leave it this way. Now, that's I didn't really explain this one here. Those are like the properties too. This one is like the property tool where I can use to adjust blue color, change the size, and that's this one has like a box and this. I don't think you might see this on your own. So now I can just easily drag this guy down using my pick tool. This is the pick tool here. I can easily use my pick tool. I want to drag it down somewhere around here. Now there's one important tool. We call it transformation tool. Now if you click on this, if I click on this my rectangle, if I right click on it, now if I press Ctrl T, now Ctrl T is like a transformation tool. I can use it to adjust the size. I can extract it like this, increase it like this. I can decrease it. To get the transformation tool, just press Ctrl T. I can use it to adjust the size. I can do it like this. I can do it like this and like that. So let me raise it up. So I'm using my pick tool. Now one thing is that Photoshop has like a guide that can assist you guys with how your like the image length of the image, how you should place it, and how you should know place it. So now there's one thing that we call alignment. Photoshop, like we are as a designer, we like our always love our design should be aligned. Whereby the space, like how should I put the alignment? It means that the space should be aligned. For example, now I can there's a ruler, a guideline here. This is the ruler that it guides what I'm designing. But I will not use that for this design. So in our next design that we're going to make, I would explain that alignment for you guys. But let us take it little by little. So let us take it little by little. So this is the front design. So if you look at it closer now, you can use to zoom something. We have the zoom tool. To get the zoom to use controls, you just press Z. When I press Z, I easily get the zoom to. This is Z. You can zoom it like this. You can see now under the zoom tool, we have like another rectangle. But you can see this one is rounded. We have the round here, that's towards the right top corner and the left lower corner. The um the, the rectangle was rounded. So now to create something like that, I will just still click on my rectangle tool and I will draw my rectangle. Now immediately I draw my rectangle, the properties tool bobs out. The property tool bobs out. Now you know this is now if I want to make the corners, the top corners round. Now this is for the top left corner. Top left corner, you can see the top left corner, top right corner, bottom left corner, and bottom right corner. Let's say for example now, I want to increase this guy. I can first of all put 10. I can put 10, but because of the stuff is in I have this thing here that whatever I do is I'm linking together the corner radius value. That means I've linked them together. So if I do one, automatically everything will affect everything. So I don't want that. I can just easily click on, I can go back to my pick tool, easily click on Control Z to undo that. Can say I've undo that. So if I unlink it now, if I click on this one, I've unlinked the radius tool. Now what I do for this one would not affect the other one. Let's say for example, now I want to round everything. If I click here, I've linked all of them back. Clicking on this one, I've linked all of them back. If I click on, if I press 20 now, you can see it affects every one of them. They are now round now, but that's not what I want. That's not what I want. What I want is if I've done that now, if I want to undo it, to undo is Control Z. If I click on Control Z now, that one will undo. It won't do that one anymore. So I want to unlink the corners. So I've unlinked it now. I want only the top left corner, sorry, the top right corner and the bottom left corner to be round. Based on that, let me click here as 20 now. Let me click here as 20. You can see it's only my top left corner that became round. If I click here too as 20, it's only my bottom right corner that became round. So it's now looking similar to what I have in that corner. Let me kind of zoom it so that you can see it. It's now looking similar to what I have in this place. So now I will click back on my I'll click back on this my rectangle. So I'll click on it now. So to transform it, I'll just press on Control Transform. Then I can just increase my size where I want to increase it. Now on this increase, there are two ways. If you want the increase to be an aligned increment or decrement, use shift. When you hold shift now, everything will increase the increment to be aligned. But if I don't hold shift now, if I drag somewhere, it's only that length will be dragging. You can see like, but if I use shift now, it's going to drag everything. The whole image will be increasing. But if I just increase it, just using normal increasing without pressing shift, it's not going to increase that way. So I want this thing smaller to look like what I have here. So I'm going to like increase it like this, increase it and so When I'm done with my transformation, I'll just click on this mark up or I press on enter to tell Photoshop that I'm done with my transformation. I can just use my so I'm not I'll click on the rectangle tool. Then I can use to adjust it where I want to adjust it. So I want it to be at the middle. Now if I want it to be at the middle, if I hold on this rectangle, my shift key and I hold my shift key. Sorry, when I if I click on this rectangle now, I click on this rectangle and I hold my shift key and I click on the second rectangle. Now, really clear on top, I have my alignment. So this one is I want if I want both of them to be on the left, that's for left alignment. If I want both of them to be aligned horizontal center, which is I want them to be at the middle horizontally. That's what I want. Now, I want it to be at the middle horizontally too. So that is the alignment stuff. So then the next thing is just is they included a logo. So the next thing is that they included a logo. So if you want to bring a logo an image in to your Photoshop now, is that let's say for example now, I already have the image somewhere here. Let's say assuming I'm coming, you can just navigate to where you have your image on your computer. So I want to drag an image. So you go to where you have the image on your computer, then you drag the image from your computer down to the Photoshop app. I'm dragging an image now. When I drag it, and I will place it here. So I will not want to use the foundation logo because it's not like the color is not going to come out very well on this design. So I think let's just change the color. Let's change the color of the background so it can suit sorry, I'm coming. Let's change the color. Let me use a color that let me look for a kind of or let's still use that color. I can also use the logo too. I'm coming. Let me drag it back. So this is the foundation logo here. Like now if I want to adjust it, now you can see that because of the color on the logo, it can't really come out like this because the color here are dark and the background too is dark. So I can change the whole color of this image. That's what we call in Photoshop, that's what we call color overlay in Photoshop now. If you click on the logo, this is the layer on the layer, on this layer part. If you click on this layer part and you come to this FX part, that's you want to style the layer. If I click on this FX, that's what we call color overlay in this FX part. If you click on this FX part, if you click on this FX part, yeah, now you come to color overlay. When you come to color overlay, every time I can change the color of the image. I can just give it this yellow color that is here. You can start giving it a new color entirely. Then I can just adjust it the way I want to adjust it and just I can click on it and put it anywhere I want to. But so this line is telling me that okay, this thing is at the middle like this. That's what this line is telling me that line that came up the other time that okay is at the middle and I think it's at the center too. So this is just like a simple. This is just like let me delete this one off. This is just like a simple design. This is like a very simple design. Very simple design all did we just do? We, from the beginning, I thought I was going to get the how to get the size of the image. Then we gave the image a solid color. We drew a rectangle like this. We dropped it down here. We use our pick tool to drag it down. Then we use our transformation to Control T to transform the rectangle to the size that we want, and we drag it down. Then we also constructed another rectangle. Then we came to our properties tool here to change the radius of the right corner radius, to change it, like make it a little bit curvy. Then we change 20 pixel and 20 pixel here. Then we brought an image from our computer. Just drag the image on the computer and drop it on the Photoshop. It will come. Or you can come to File and click on come in. Okay, I don't think there should be a way you can you should be able to generate image something. I'm coming. Then you click on import, so you can import something. I'm coming. I don't think I don't, but there should be a way. I don't know. But most of the time, when I want to bring out an image, I just go to where that image is saved on my local computer, and I drag the image down to Photoshop. And the next thing, we saw that the image at first, it was not bringing out the color that we needed. It wasn't bringing out the color we needed at first. I would say that it's not bringing out the color we needed. Then I just clicked on the, like I told you, this is layers. You have different layers. Everything you create is a layer. You can see this rectangle that I created at first was one layer. If I want to off the layer, there's an eyes. If I click on the eyes, that layer goes off. If I click on the eye part back, if I click on the back, layer comes on. The second rectangle I create is a layer on its own. This rectangle that is here, that's rectangle two. I can even adjust them. I can say, okay, I want rectangle two to be above rectangle one. If I'm designing now, maybe if I'm designing some, if the whole rectangle is covering that place, the small rectangle will be coming over the first rectangle. Then this is the logo now. I want to name it logo. You can, if you want to rename a layer, and just click on it like that. If you double click on it, you can rename the something. I might not save it as rectangle one. You can change. Sorry, my mistake. Okay, so you can just double click on the layer to change the name. If I put on this, I can have my logo here, and that's just a minor design that we are just doing. So I want to add text now. If I want to add text, I can come to my text tool. That's this text tool that is here. Or simply, I'll click on T. If I press T, it bring out my text tool. Or I come here and click on my text. When I want to test, I'll just make sure I'm not selecting any layer. If I click here, I'm not selecting any layer. If I click on text, then I will just write something. You can see because my Photoshop will automatically save the last style we used when we're using that tool. So let's want to type TEMA foundation. So I can just type TEMA foundation. Let's assume I just type TEMA foundation, just for example. Now I can change the front. Front is like handwriting. So your windows come with Photoshop comes with like a default front, that's your windows. And you can add more front by yourself. You can go online and download fronts and install them on your computer. So you can just come here. These are the fronts I have on my own system. Front are like handwriting. I can just pick one particular front that I have here. I can just pick this front. So I can just, if I want to use this front here. So if I bring it here and I can use my pick tool. You can use my pick tool. I'm using to move all my layers around. Everything you are creating is a layer. So I can use my text tool to bring this guy here now. Let's say, for example, now I want to, excuse me, I can use this one to bring this line at the middle, is showing me that okay, this is at the center is horizontal, and center it has like a center vertical, something like this. So if I want to, okay, let's assume I want this TEMA foundation to be at the middle of this rectangle that I curved some part of the corner. If I click on TEMA foundation and I hold my shift and I click on this rectangle too, can something box up here showing that okay, though that TEMA foundation and rectangle. You don't want to align horizontal. That means it should be at the middle. If I click align horizontal, it's already at the middle horizontal. If I click vertical, to come to the middle vertically. You can see this the middle one. You can see now these things are already in the center of the stuff. So this is what a simple design I want us to create today. A simple design like this is what I want us to create today. So along the way, I'll during the week I'll send a lot of videos to the group. You guys, so next week then you're going to like have a more better design. But I want you guys to be familiar with some tools. So during the week, I'll be sending a lot of designs to you guys. I'll be sending a lot of designs to you guys. So I think that will be the end of my own lesson for today. That will be the end of today's class. So please, if you have any question, let me know, please. If you have any question, let me know in the comment section. If you have any question, please. So I'm waiting for your questions. I'm waiting for your questions, please. Please, I'm waiting for your question. No. Okay, I think maybe um nobody's asking any question. So I think that will be the end of today's session. Now, immediately I leave this lesson. So I want you to create something like this too. It's not must use my own color. So the assignment is that in what I just created now, this same thing. Someone is saying, please, I am interested in continuing my graphic design education. Can you please not drop me off? I'm not the one in charge of the drop off. There is already a rule on ground. The rule says that if you don't have the financial aid before month one, you should be dropped. If you don't meet 75% of the assignment score, you are going to be dropped off. So I don't have power over it. So if you feel you want to be considered, you can drop an email to the TEMA Foundation email address and address the founders why you should not be dropped off. And if they consider you, then I feel there's no reason for you to be dropped off. I don't have power over that. My own is just to teach, and and I should access course, and I should follow the instructions that have been given to me by the founders of the foundation. So I think that answers Abdullah Buluat's first question. So your assignment is just to create something very simple as this. I will send the logos to the group. That's this time function to logo to the group. Just create something similar. You never must use the color I use. You can use another color. You can use yellow. You can use green. Use any color that you like. You use any color you like to do that. So you have within now and Tuesday to submit the assignment. Now, this design assignment will be submitted to my DM. So if you have created your assignment, but I don't want you to recreate with my exact color. No, I want you to use a different color. So I will send the foundation logo to the group. Just create something just as simple as this. Just create something as simple as this and send to the group and send to the group. So don't use this exact color that I've used. Create it, try it. It's not graded. I just want you to try your best. Then when you try, then we are going to like if anything needs to be corrected or any advice needs to be given, we are going to give. So along you watching your video on Coursera, I'll be sending different videos elements with you guys, and I will see you guys again having a class like this with you again next week Saturday. This class was supposed to be held yesterday, but majority the network was bad and majority of you were not online. Still no. I only have 4 people viewing this class currently. So in light to that, if there's any other question, you have just 2 minutes to drop the question. In the next 2 minutes, I will end this stream. So any question, please.
Olalaje mi Ashake.
Unaka sungbala no dey waste time, oh nah. Me I want fire bazooka, oh nah. Mr. Money no dey waste time, Mr. Money want to ease your mind. Say baby don't find no dey too shine, unaka. Show why me. Mr. Money no dey waste time, Mr. Money want to ease your mind. Hello, you carry back a lot of filo. I'ma check a phone, no go dey ghost you. Ready to pay what 10 kilo. Kumatingaza, Shinasa in your falapa. Agata from Osaka, Funibulala, Nishelo Japa. Omo Ajabota, Lubi Mega Pa. I don't like the nonsense, so Yakuba.